Good morning. Good morning, good morning, all. Welcome. This wonderful practice. Let's take a second and settle in. I'm going to read a little bit of Instructions to the Cook by Glassman. Just going to let it settle in. Just being here. Offering myself to the practice this morning. Myself to a bigger, higher power or something, but like I was talking about the making my bed practice and sort of getting ready to meditate. One of the gifts of this practice is coming to this awareness of like exactly what's happening. It's more difficult to sort of blow stuff off. Not that that's what I really was the goal, but like as things get more and more clear, things have their places. This morning, I realized like, oh, I can't go sit because I have to make my bed. I'm gonna do the dishes. It's like gifts that I'm giving to myself in a way, my future self or my present self. There's no separation anyway, but even with that. So Bernie's one of his biggest things. This is his book, Instructions to the Cook. He wrote with Rick Fields. One of his biggest things is this is like offering the supreme meal. I think at the beginning when I started these live feeds, I read a bunch of Bernie's stuff and described what I thought it meant. He writes in like at the beginning, let's see, it's in the prologue. He writes, Zen is life, our life. It's coming to the realization that all things are nothing but expressions of myself, and myself is nothing but the full expression of all things. It's a life without limits. There are many different metaphors for such a life, but the one that I have found the most useful and the most meaningful comes from the kitchen. Zen masters call a life that is lived fully and completely, with nothing held back, the supreme meal. And a person who lives such a life, a person who knows how to plan, cook, appreciate, serve, and offer the supreme meal is called a Zen cook. Gosh, I love this. And then he says it's the cook is the highest and most important. One day, an elderly Chinese monk came to the ship. He was the tenzo, or head cook of his monastery. He told Dogen. Dogen came over on a ship. And because the next day was a holiday, the first day of spring, he wanted to offer the monk something special. He had walked 12 miles to see if he could buy some of the renowned shiitake mushrooms Dogen had brought from Japan to add to the noodle soup he was planning to serve the next morning. I'm going to skip the rest of that. That's not really what I meant to read. On one level, Dogen's instructions to the cook is about the proper way to prepare and serve meals for the monks. But on another level, it's about the supreme meal, our own life, which is both the greatest gift we can receive and the greatest offering we can make. And then the supreme meal has So the first principle of the Zen cook is that we already have everything we need. If we look closely at our lives, we will find that we have all the ingredients we need to prepare the supreme meal. At every moment, we simply take the ingredients at hand and make the best meal we can. It doesn't matter how much or how little we have. The Zen cook just looks for what is available and starts with that. And let's sit for a few minutes. I'm going to share picture 9 from the 10 Oxfording pictures at the end. And gather your whole self. Offer this moment an attitude of not being greedy. And let your breathing grow a little bit. Let your out breath all the way out. Breathe from your belly. Thoughts arise. Just give yourself. Give yourself to making your bed. Give yourself to doing the dishes. Give your whole self to sitting on the cushion. There's nothing to do but give yourself. And that's enough. That's the whole thing. Every morning a new delight. Greet them at the door. Another minute. Like the bell doesn't have a choice to other than to just express its full self or completely respond to what the world has brought it. Just rings as loud as it gets hit, or soft, or it sits silent. The bell offers it all. Dogen calls it gujin, which is fully expressed. In a way, human beings, though, I don't know if it's different or not, we respond to, we are conscious. Okay, I think this is picture 9. These are the 10 ox-herding pictures. It's return to the origin, back to the source. Preface. Originally immaculate, without a speck of dust. Watching appearances come and go, you reside in the serenity of non-doing. But this is not the same as illusion, so why cling to it? The rivers are blue, the mountains green. Sit and watch them rise and pass away. The verse. You returned to the origin, went back to the source. Such wasted effort. How much better how much better to just be blind and deaf. From inside your hut, you don't see outside your hut. Let the streams just flow on, the flowers just bloom red. Waka. The Dharma way, no traces on the original mountain. The pines are green, the flowers glint with dew. And we have one more. That's picture 9. Return to the origin, back to the source. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you come back to this moment often throughout the day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Peace.